What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to G Myers World Podcast. And right now we're going to be talking about the Monday games of the Wild Card Weekend 2024. It's something that was very, very crazy because the New York governor pretty much postponed the game. The weather was really, really bad. It didn't seem as if, many people were going to be able to get in and out of the stadium. There were a lot of, different posts and highlights of people having fun, cleaning the stadium, getting the snow ready. From what I saw, the stadium looked good as far as the coldness of upstate New York at this time of the year. So, both of these teams are accustomed to the cold. And I was getting a lot of people telling me like, yo, bro, it's not fair, whatever, because the weather. Dude, they used to play in some really, really wild times. It's only recently that everybody has been concerned with the outdoor weather and all these other things that go on. These players, for the most part, Pittsburgh and Buffalo, they're very, very familiar, okay, with, the way that the cold is. So I don't want to hear anything from you Steeler fans about, oh, yeah, that's why they went up so early and all the stuff that was going on. Pretty much what happened is Josh Allen did you guys dirty. That's ultimately what the name of it is. He accounted for 4 touchdowns in this game. I know everybody's going to say, yeah, gee, he was fake sliding and then he went for 6. Dude, listen, hit him. You know what I'm saying? I know he got a penalty later. Like, I'm just trolling you Steeler fans. But listen, dog, it's kind of weird because, like, the way that he did the stutter step, it could have gone either way. Like, watching it, I watched it in real time when he did it, and I didn't think he was going to slide. But again, it's such a fast-paced game. If you're a defender out there, you're probably thinking he is going to slide. So that was kind of dangerous. But still, overall, don't you strafe, like stand square in front of the player? Why would you just let up and move out of the way so you could go for 6? There was a lot of things I didn't like about the way the Steelers played defense early on. And there's people talking about the same thing, Tomlin being fired, possibly, whatever. I think it's just time for people to make a decision, bro. Like, the dude is like 17 seasons above 500 with this trash quarterback, Mason Rudolph, right now playing for him. He hasn't had a lot of success with the new players that have been on the team, but the guy just keeps fighting. So, again, I don't know what's going to happen in regards to that situation, but we have to wait to see. All right, so ultimately, let's go ahead and start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers, all right? Mason Rudolph is hot butt cheeks on a blistering summer day. I'm talking about Arizona, like 130, just pure heat with butt cheeks out that are stinking, dude. That guy sucks, but it's not about him, okay? Well, actually, it is. You know what I'm saying? I just, had to say that part afterwards, but he sucks, all right? Now, Najee Harris has not been what I thought he was and what a lot of you Steelers fans think he is. Okay, the dude acts like he's Derrick Henry, but he's not. And that's starting to get a little disgusting. So you got Jaylen Warren out there getting 8 carries for 38 yards. Najee Harris, 12 carries on 37 yards. George Pickens had a carry for 15 yards. Listen, guys, if you can't get decent production in the run game in the playoffs, everybody knows you're going home. Like, we don't even need to talk about it. If you can't run the ball in the playoffs, you are going to lose. And that's simply it. Another thing that I want to point out, George Pickens had 11 targets. He caught 5 and had 50 yards. That dude is extremely talented. If they don't get a quarterback in there that can get him the ball, just throw away the whole offense. You know what I'm saying? Just throw it, dude, it doesn't matter. You have to get that man the ball. And that's the bottom line about everything that goes on. Freiermuth should not be the number 1 receiver on this team. Again, he's a good tight end, whatever, but he should not be the number 1 receiver. People got to step up. Dante Johnson, how is he still on the team, though? Isn't that the guy that gave up on a play and the dude went for 6? That dude would have been cut low-key. But again, that's their decision. They can do whatever they want. Joshua Allington, okay? Let's go ahead and jump over to him. 203 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 91 QBR, 121 passer rating. When he's playing like this, as if he's playing Madden, it's going to be very, very tough to beat him. Not only that, James Cook contributed 18 carries, 79 yards. So you're getting that in the run game. Josh Allen, 8 carries, 74 yards, but his 52-yard long run was the one that got the TD. That was like pretty much game over at that point in the game. Looking at his receiving core, Stephon Diggs, a.k.a. Mr. Diva, he didn't really do much. Okay, let's just be honest. Kincaid was out there trying to ball and handle business. But again, they played great defense. They won a game that they needed to win, and they move on to the next round. All right? Overall, I don't really think, based on all of what was involved with this game as far as the starting quarterbacks and everything that went on, that anybody picked the Steelers. Because if your quarterback play is that bad, it's not going to work out. The reason I picked the Rams to beat the Lions is because I believe that Stafford is a better quarterback than Jared Goff. In this case, Josh Allen is light years ahead of Mason Rudolph, so there would have to be an epic collapse for Buffalo to lose this game, and that's just my opinion. we're going to go ahead and jump over to the next game, and we're going to take a look at what was going on with Baker Mayfieldington. Okay, now Philadelphia limped into the playoffs. Obviously, Jalen Hurts was actually hurt. That's not a pun. The dude's finger was swollen. There was nasty work going on. I don't know how he did the stuff that he's able to do, because we saw his finger in the last game that he played before the playoffs started. And I just knew, just based on the way the game started, the feel of it, the BUCS being up 10-0 in the first, they were deflated. They were really deflated. And again, people root to just hate for the Eagles, like they just want to hate them. Again, I like Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is a decent quarterback. I think he's grown a lot in the league since he's been here, but the second half of the season was really, really bad. All right. And, I just thought that a week time from that finger injury, this was going to happen. It was due to happen. And you can see it actively, just the players on the sideline. Allegedly, dudes are calling him a B. Goddard on the sideline. Like it's too much going on. And then they're starting wide receiver. He's out. He's a diva. I can't stand him either. Like, it's just so much going on with the Eagles. And at some point, you have to make a decision on what you want to do and what you want to have around your players. Because like I said, it's kind of nasty. I like Devonta Smith. I like what he's made of. I like what he does. And I keep telling you guys this, but the problem is the players around him, and they're really, really ego-driven. It's really, really nasty. All right? It's really, really nasty with the situation, with the way that it goes on. And this is something that's going to go ahead, and I just don't understand exactly what they plan on doing. You know what I'm saying, as far as the Eagles go, because they went to the Super Bowl, and then now this, it is really, really crazy. I don't know, man. I really just don't understand how they're going to rebuild this. And at the end of the day, you have to be able to build on positivity in the locker room. Like, everybody on the outside can say, like, I can be on this podcast and be like, yo, you know what? Jalen Hurts sucks. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Swift sucks. I can say whatever I want. But if the locker room starts to act like Dallas Goedert and a lot of these other dummies that are running around in the locker room just saying anything, and then you got a bunch of divas running around like his wide receiver, I don't want to say his name because I think he sucks, but no, well, obviously he doesn't suck. Obviously he doesn't suck. I'm just like, I just don't like his attitude and what he does. But if it starts to like dwindle down onto Devonta Smith, it's going to be bad, because this young man has a tremendous amount of talent. 8 receptions for 148 yards. He's the only one that it looks like, he came out to play, to be totally honest. When you look at the Eagles, but their season is over, and I know the Cowboy fans are very, very happy about it. And, ultimately we have to see what happens. Are they going to fire the coach? I know their owner is very, very impatient, so we'll see how that works out. That was it, Laurie or something? That dude is wild, bro. He be firing dudes like me when I play Madden. So good luck to the Eagles next year, man, because I don't know what's going to happen. But obviously the Eagles started off as one of the best teams in the league at 10-1 or something like that. They shouldn't have finished the season the way that they did. So something has to get done there. Now we jump over to Baker Mayfield. Okay, his QBR was 42, but I don't know how they got that number, because the dude had 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, passer rating 119, had a little bit of help in the run game from Rashad White. Okay, 72 yards, that's decent. Okay, I don't know who the hell Cade Otton is. I really don't know who that is. All right, David Moore, like these dudes, I don't know what's going on. The only person I know on their roster is Godwin and Evans as far as receivers go. I have no idea who those other guys are. Baker Mayfield making it happen is extremely, extremely wild. And I got to be totally honest, right? This is a really, really bad situation, because the BUCS are just playing with house money. And if they just go out there and do whatever and play freely like the way they did, yesterday, I don't want to say it, but I know people are not giving them a chance to beat anyone going forward. I would probably say they have a chance at this point. You just play, dude. I don't know who these players are. Okay, I have no idea. You got Baker Mayfield out there. He always has a chip on his shoulder. Anything can happen. Not saying it's gonna happen. Not saying to bet. I'm not giving any advice to bet. I'm just saying, when a dude is wild and just out there not caring about anything, it's highly likely that it's not going to be as easy as people think it is. But we have to wait to see. That's why the playoffs happen. That's why we watch, and that's why it's exciting. I want to thank you guys for joining me for this podcast. Be sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, X, whatever they want to call it, at G Myers World. Also, make sure to download this podcast. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Twitter, all that good stuff. You can download it wherever it's posted. Just search G Myers World Podcast. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. Stay well, stay blessed. Be well.